Hey everyone, it's Matt here, and today we're doing another episode of Did I Get What I Ordered? And this one is going to be awesome. So, let's talk about the consoles right away. So it's 2 PS4 games and 1 Nintendo Switch game. And the prices for these games are mind-blowing. So I'm going to get into those a little bit later, but first, a few guesses if you want to guess in the comment section down below what the games are. So one of them for the PS4 is actually from a series that recently got all of its games ported to the PS4, started out on the PS2, and even got, I think, all of the games of the series, at least the ports, on Xbox Game Pass. So that's the first one. And again, the price for it really just blew my mind. So the other PS4 game and also the Switch game are actually, the reason why those were, at least one of them was extremely cheap, is because the company, at least the US division, is not doing so hot. I think that might have changed, but at the time there were rumors that things weren't going super well, at least again for the US division, so I swooped in and got these games in the off chance that I would never get the chance to get them again, at least physically. And when it comes to one of these games, it's actually the one for the Switch. It is actually, they're both sequels, both the Switch and PS4 game, but the Switch one is actually a sequel, and no, it doesn't seem like there's any compilation of the previous games that's going to come out on the Switch, so super strange that this game would come out for the Switch, but none of the previous ones could be played by any new Switch owners. But the other one, the one that's the PS4 one from the same company, that is a sequel that the first game of its series was ported to the PS4 as well. And also the Switch. I might be giving too much away when I say that, but either way, guess down in the comments down below, and do that soon because we're actually going to be going into the games right now. So the first game we're taking a look at is one that I probably just spoiled. It's Nino Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. So I ended up picking this up brand new from Amazon, really cheap, mind you. It was only $20.56. Now this game was published by Bandai Namco, but at the time there were two things being talked about that I was a little bit worried about. By the way, it says on the back here, rediscover another world. So I was a little bit concerned because there were talks about level 5, at least their US division, publishing division, not doing so well in the US. So I wanted to pick this game up because I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to and that the price would go up, not knowing that this was actually published in the US by Bandai Namco. It was published by level 5 in Japan. Also having a bit of a hard time with that there, so I opened this up off camera. And when opening this thing up, you're going to see that there's not really a lot going on here because there were special editions and steelbooks and stuff like that, but I just wanted to play the game. This game, by the way, just this cover for this disc looks amazing. Now turning it around, you can see me. Hello, me. I'm very shocked at all of this, at this entire development. So I ended up getting this again because I was a little bit worried about it not really, being this cheap. Hello, me in the future. Looking at the back of the disc, it looks just fine. I got this brand new from Amazon. It's probably gonna work, but you never know. And that's why we're testing it out right now. So I put in the disc and it is loading, and you can see on the right hand side all the games that I still need to beat. I did beat the Crash collection, but other than that, all of these games I really need to sit down and beat. And hey, look at that, Nino Kuni 2 is being read and I need to download an update. Wow, this game looks beautiful. Really good first impression. And keeping up that momentum, the animation looks stunning. So people have described this series as Studio Ghibli meets video games, Studio Ghibli being an anime production company usually focusing on movies. And if you've seen any one of their films, then you can definitely see where people are coming from here. When it comes to this game, I should have mentioned this earlier, by the way, of course this is the sequel to the original Nino Kuni, but thankfully you don't need to play the first one to get this one, and I was very happy about that because while I do have the first one, it was given to me as a gift by Satish. Love you, Satish, hopefully you're watching the video. And longtime fans remember Satish, hopefully he'll be back soon. And when it comes to that game, I played a little bit of it, but really haven't had the chance to hunker down and play it. Specifically, it was the PS3 version, so being able to have this on the PS4, seeing this here, just looking at how glorious it looks, and the fact that it doesn't really connect to the first one, might just jump into this one first. There's very little references, but nothing hardline that you really need to sit down and play the first one to get. And just running around in this world, for any of you anime fans out there, it's an isekai genre. For any of you who aren't anime fans out there, it's very Wizard of Oz-esque. Basically, you are being transported to another world. You're a character that's from our world, quote unquote, a world very much like ours, and now you're in this very old-timey European style castle and you're running around with a sword. However, the first thing you do is pull out a gun. So I should have said this at the start. You're American. I don't want to spoil exactly who you are, even though it's in the first few minutes of the game, because it's a huge deal. But still, you are American, and you pull out a gun to a sword fight. So, Jesus H. Christ. But yeah, this is an action-adventure game. I'm loving the combat. I'm really happy this worked right out the box, and I'm definitely going to play this in my leisure time in the near future, because just looking over this footage as I'm editing it again, I'm getting I'm getting a hankering for playing this game again. It just looks so good.
And the next game we're taking a look at is a customer returns, which is probably why it was cheaper than it would normally be. It is Layton's Mystery Journey. Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. Even though it's been returned, it's still sealed, which is really cool, and I only got it for 35 bucks. This one is directly from Amazon as well, so everything should be in it. It does say deluxe edition, so I'm wondering what is deluxe about it. Looking at the back here, I believe it's deluxe because of the fact that the OG version was on the 3DS, so they're just giving you some more stuff with this version. Doesn't seem to be anything inside the box that will be, deluxe-y. Although it says all DLC is unlocked, so that's nice. But after opening this up off camera, we can see that it's just a plain old white box with the cartridge sitting right there. So let's actually look at this cartridge. Nothing should be out of place, but hey, you never know. I gotta say, I really like the artwork on this thing. I really like how it sits, much better than some other Switch artwork I've seen in the past. So on the back here, it's just a cartridge. So it seems as if everything's gonna work, but still, let's check it out either way. The moment. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was pretty simple. So this game has some amazing cutscenes, amazing voiceover work. If you're not familiar with the Professor Layton series, don't worry, I'm not either. But I wanted to get into it, so I thought, if level 5 is not going to be doing so hot in the US, maybe go belly up, I thought that I would end up having my clock ring in the background. Can you hear my clock? But anywho, I thought it would be best to get this game now before the price jumps up, and while the game is just sitting here, I'll just try to go play some of the older ones and really kind of just know what the heck's going on with the story. But, of course, for footage, here we are, playing a little bit of it, and the one thing that I don't like, though, is that whole, that gameplay aspect of it. Here's the thing, okay? I know that Professor Layton as a series, does a lot of hard kind of logic puzzles. Tries to start you off easy though, from what I've heard with the first one. And so this is the first puzzle. It says, use the 3 triangles to make the letter K inside the box. But for some reason, I just couldn't wrap my mind around it. And it really demotivated me and de-incentivized me to want to play this game in the future. Maybe I really should just go back to the original ones and kind of work my way up, but the fact that this is the first Professor Layton, at least for the whole series, I don't believe the Professor appears in this game, but still, it's the first game in the series on the Switch, and it's strange that they went with this. Although again, to be fair, this could be the easiest puzzle for some of you, and for me it's just very difficult. For some reason, it's hard for my mind to kind of make the K, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I literally had to look up a walkthrough, but because of the kind of puzzle that it is, I couldn't even get it right. So, which again brought my motivation down even further. So it's one of those things where, buyer beware. I think that I would suggest maybe starting out with some of the earlier games first. Because for some, but it's so frustrating because, like I said before, really the animation's amazing, the voiceover work is just stellar, so I really enjoy what they're presenting here. But with the game itself so far, it just couldn't, it didn't click on for me. Whereas maybe a word puzzle or some other kind of logic puzzle might work, this one just completely floored me for longer than I would like to admit. And the last game we're taking a look at is a used game, so we're actually going to be taking a look at one that I got on eBay, at least one this episode, and this one might actually shock you, at the very least for its price. So I got this one October of 2020, remember that date. You can already see, I can use words, what the game is. It is Kingdom Hearts 3, but I actually got this for, before tax and shipping and everything, for $5.99. Kind of cover feels a little weird, a little grimy, but I got this back a little grimy as well. Ooh, don't know what that material, what that is, kind of like dirt, dust or something, but it was $5.99. And then looking inside, we actually have this insert here. Did not expect that. But with tax and everything, it came out to $10. So I got this game in 2020 for $10. Now, taking the game out, just want to see if this looks like a nightmare on the back. There's like a weird little thing there, but overall though, it doesn't have the weird kind of dirt substance on the front of the disc. Oh god, turning this thing around, we can see me! Oh god, I did not comb my hair that day. Did not expect to see, ooh, that doesn't look good. So I'm a little bit worried about this one, but I got it for, it was 10 and a couple, oh god, I gotta probably clean this thing up. But point is that I ended up having a coupon. So that meant that I actually ended up spending like $8.83 on it instead of like $10.20 some odd cents. So overall, I could probably use that to afford a comb. But what's amazing here is, what's not amazing is some of these scratches here. But to get this game came out in 2019, everyone. If you're forgetting because time has been kind of wonky with everything going on in the world right now, 2019, that's odd. So let's go see if this thing actually works. All right, it's reading the disc and, oh, well, that's embarrassing. All right, so this game seems to work. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, even though I haven't beaten the second Kingdom Hearts, and there's a lot of spin-off games that I haven't played, but I do own them, so I should probably start them soon before really deep diving into this. Although it's taking a while to load, so I'm a little concerned about that. But I think it's gonna work, right? Right? You doing good, bud? You're doing good. Taking a long time, aren't you? Right? Hello? Are you good? Oh, this is very... Oh, never mind. We're good. So I'm just gonna skip through a bunch of story cutscenes that you may or may not understand might be spoilers. For me, it's not technically a spoiler because I have no idea what in the hell is going on. But skipping all that, we're in Mount Olympus, we're running around, jumping around. As you can see, the game works. Really cool that they got the cast back both for the Kingdom Hearts side and also the Disney side for many of these characters. So it's actually cool here, and I say back both from the original Disney productions and also from the first two Kingdom Hearts games. It's been a while since those first two games, y'all. And I gotta say, just like the other two games we looked at today, this game looks stunning. Oh wow, a current gen game looks stunning. Who knew? But I swear to y'all, I go retro so often and I love how those games look. But when you jump into a brand new game every now and again, it blows your mind even more, I think, than if you're just kind of surrounded by it all the time. At least that's how I feel now compared to when I stopped playing retro for a bit and just focused on latest gen around like the PS2, PS3, and just kind of looking at this now, it's breathtaking. So definitely going to jump into it whenever I beat the rest of those Kingdom Hearts games. No idea when I'll ever have the time to do that, but hey, you know what? I got a game for literally $8.86. So yeah, I'm a fan, at the very least, of the price, and I've heard some negative reviews of this game, but it's okay. It's okay. I got it for a lot less than $60. Sorry, Tristan. Love you, Tristan. Really good friend of mine. He got this game on day one for $60. So F in the chat for Tristan. Love you, dude. He's gonna hate me for saying that. But either way, love ya, Tristan. So let's jump back to me in front of the shelf.
What was with that hand gesture that I did before? What was that? It was like, it's kind of sending it off into the sky or something. Either way, I hoped you liked the pickups. I certainly did for the prices that I got them for. I gotta say, personally, I was a fan. I don't know if I'm going to like the games all that much, but at the very least, the prices helped a lot. But either way, though, thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, please remember to like and subscribe. Love you all, take care, and tune in next time for another episode of Did I Get What I Ordered? Alright, everybody, so see ya.